A major earthquake hit Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. But as you can see, live coverage of Miyagi Prefecture in northern Japan, the Sendai area. The tsunami has already engulfed some cities, fires breaking out due to the earthquake. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that tsunami could reach between 6 and 10 meters. Tsunamis come in several waves. For those of you who are listening to this program, if you're along the coast, please do stay away and move to higher ground immediately. You're seeing live coverage of Miyagi Prefecture in the Sendai area. Japan's meteorological agency revised the magnitude of the quake to 8.4 from 7.9, one of the worst earthquakes ever in Japanese history. It's a 7 on the Japanese seismic scale of 0 to 7. That is the same size earthquake as the one that hit the Great Hanshin area back in 1995. Fires breaking out, as you can see, live coverage in the Sendai area, Miyagi Prefecture, north of Japan. For those of you who have just tuned in to NHK World, a major earthquake hit Japan Friday afternoon about an hour and 10 minutes ago. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. It has revised it upwards to 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could reach between 6 and 10 meters. We're getting reports of several buildings on fire. We do not know in regards to the exact amount of damage at this time, but we are soon to get a report from Japan's meteorological agency. They're setting up to find out the extent of the damage. All transportation systems in Tokyo as well as northern Japan has been stopped. Airports closed in Tokyo, Haneda, as well as Narita Airport. A great earthquake has hit Japan. Magnitude 8.4 in northern Japan. Agency has been warning a tsunami ever since the quake, and tsunami has hit the Miyagi Sendai area as our live helicopter camera crew are up covering and showing you exactly what is going on at this time. Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary Tetsuro Fukuyama told reporters on Friday that the governor of Miyagi Prefecture, where the earthquake has hit hardest, has asked the government to send self-defense force units to deal with the situation and aid the situation. Defense Ministry officials say self-defense force personnel are currently contacting local governments and related agency to assess the extent of the damage. Earlier, Prime Minister Naoto Kan and his cabinet ministers have gathered at the Prime Minister's office, where an emergency task force has been set up to respond to the earthquake. The task force will gather information on damage and prepare for more possible tsunamis. Japan's Foreign Minister Takeaki Matsumoto has ordered his officials to start preparing to accept foreign assistance. He has also told them to check on the safety of foreigners living here in Japan. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning not just for Japan, but also for Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning not just for Japan, where a tsunami has already struck, and you can see some of the damages so far in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan, and the Sendai area, but also for Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. For those of you who have just tuned in and living anywhere close to the coastal areas of Russia, Marcus Island, Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan, please do not go near the waters. Move to higher ground as soon as possible. You're watching NHK World, and a major earthquake hit Japan Friday afternoon. This happened about an hour and 20 minutes ago. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. In northern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of up to 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could be between 6 and 10 meters. You're seeing some of the tsunami damage so far in Miyagi Prefecture, in the Sendai area, where some of the homes and farms have been flooded when the tsunami went upstream a river. According to the Transport Ministry, Haneda International Airport has reopened 2 of its 4 runways. Haneda International Airport has reopened 2 of its 4 runways. The airport had earlier closed all runways. Haneda International Airport has reopened 2 of its 4 runways. The Japan Road Traffic Information Center and police say expressways around Tokyo and northeastern Japan have been closed. The Japan Road Traffic Information Center and police say expressways around Tokyo and northeastern Japan have been closed. According to Toshiba Elevator, it assumes that most elevators came to a halt in the region affected by the disaster. According to Toshiba Elevator, it assumes that most elevators came to a halt in the region affected by the disaster. At the moment, the company has been collecting information about mechanical troubles. The Industry Minister's Nuclear and Industrial Safety Agency has put in place an emergency center for the earthquake. It'll collect information concerning damages caused by the earthquake to nuclear power plants around the country. For those of you who just tuned into NHK World, you're seeing live coverage of Miyagi Prefecture in the Sendai area where a tsunami has struck. A major earthquake hit Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. Some of that tsunami already hitting areas like this one, as you see live. Miyagi Prefecture in Sendai area, where tsunami went upstream and has engulfed some farmland, some homes, cars, trucks, and boats. The agency says, meanwhile, the Industry Ministry's Nuclear and Industrial Safety Agency says it will have a news conference every hour to bring the latest information about the damage caused by the earthquake, obviously to power plants around the country. 5 have been shut down. Japan's meteorological agency has revised the magnitude of the quake to 8.4 from 7.9. It's the largest earthquake since the Great Hanshin earthquake back in 1995. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning for Japan, Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. Once again, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning for Japan, Russia, Marcus Island, Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. And here is more live footage of Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area. Live coverage of what the tsunami is doing in Miyagi Prefecture in Sendai City. That tsunami obviously going upstream, engulfing some of the farm and homes in that area. You're seeing a tsunami going upstream, engulfing some farms and homes in that area. Major earthquake hitting Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. That tsunami obviously engulfing some areas in Miyagi Prefecture, as we're showing from our live helicopter coverage in Sendai. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could reach between 6 to 10 meters. Japan's meteorological agency has revised the magnitude of 8.4 from 7.9, the largest earthquake since the Great Hanshin earthquake back in 1995. During that time, the tsunami During that time, the earthquake was the size of 7 on the Japanese seismic scale of 0 to 7. It is the same highest level, 7 on the Japanese seismic scale of 0 to 7. Obviously, we can see from this live coverage from our helicopter in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, Japan, big part of that area has been flooded from the tsunami. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning not just for Japan, once again for Russia as well, Marcus Island, Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. For those of you living near the coast or are near the coast, please move to higher ground as soon as possible. Another tsunami is hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, Japan, and it looks like that tsunami wave is moving upstream rapidly. Live coverage from our helicopter up in northern Miyagi Prefecture, where a tsunami obviously coming in several sweeps, hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, Japan. Remember that tsunami comes in several waves and several sets. It doesn't come in just one set. Additional sets go moving upstream. Miyagi Prefecture, tsunami waves in Sendai area. A large part of the city has been struck, engulfed by this tsunami. Farms being washed away along with houses. We don't know the extent of the damage or the number of casualties or the number of injured yet at this time, but obviously that tsunami being extremely large, you can see the white tsunami waves moving extremely rapidly upstream. You're seeing live coverage of a tsunami moving upstream in Miyagi Prefecture in Sendai City from the Pacific Ocean, engulfing a large part of the area. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning not just for this area, but for Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. For those of you near the coast or living in the coastal areas, please do move to higher ground. The tsunami has already hit several times along the Pacific coast area of Japan. That tsunami, that huge tsunami you can see from our live helicopter cameras hitting Miyagi Prefecture in northern Japan in Sendai City. It's from the major earthquake that hit Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency revising the quake upwards to the magnitude of 8.4, one of the largest earthquakes since the 1995 earthquake that hit the greater Hanshin area. It's been over an hour and a half, and we're still seeing large tsunamis moving and hitting the area of Sendai in Miyagi Prefecture. That tsunami obviously is going to hit the coastal areas as we speak. We do not know the extent of the damage at this time, but obviously a huge tsunami hitting the coastal area of Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area, in the Sendai City area. More than 4 million buildings in Tokyo, more than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There has also been massive power failure in areas hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. More than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There's also been a massive power failure in the area hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. Once again, more than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There has also been a massive power failure in the area hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. A major earthquake has hit Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency says the earthquake measured magnitude 8.4. The earthquake hit about an hour and a half ago. You're obviously seeing some tsunamis hitting the coastal areas of Miyagi Prefecture and Sendai area. The agency has issued a tsunami warning, or has been issuing a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast, along with other areas: Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center issuing tsunami warning for Japan, Russia, Marcus Island, Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary Tetsuro Fukuyama told reporters as follows.
We are prioritizing human lives. We will work with local governments to facilitate their actions, providing as much information as possible. We are going to provide information to those affected by the disaster in cooperation with local governments.
That was Tetsuro Fukuyama, Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary. And here's some live footage of Ichihara in Chiba Prefecture. Obviously some fires going off. And it looks like some kind of plant there, We do not know if it's a chemical plant or what type of plant it is at this time, but it looks like some plant is on fire. And this is live coverage of Ichihara City in Chiba Prefecture. We are still feeling a bit of aftershocks in the studio as we speak. This is live coverage of Miyagi Prefecture from our helicopter in Sendai area. Tsunamis hitting a large area, destroying farmland, homes, sweeping away cars and trucks. The tsunami had been moving upstream. We're seeing several sets of tsunami hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area. For those of you living near the coast, please do move to higher ground as soon as possible. And for those of you who have just tuned into NHK World, a major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon, with Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measuring 8.4 magnitude, one of the largest to ever hit Japan. The agency has issued a warning, a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. Obviously, that tsunami already landing, several sets landing in northern Japan. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could reach between 6 and 10 meters. Some of the tsunami already engulfing farmlands, homes. We do not know the extent of damage or the number of casualties at this time. Obviously, the situation is extremely fluid, things changing on a minute-by-minute basis. Transportation, the majority of the Tokyo area has been stopped. All transportation in northern Japan, train lines have been, it's been stopped. This looks like it's the airport. This is coverage of Sendai Airport, obviously completely flooded. This is coverage of Sendai Airport in northern Japan, where the earthquake has hit the hardest, magnitude 8.4, about an hour and 30 minutes ago. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 on Japan's seismic scale. That's the largest from 0 to 7. It is the largest scale since the Great Hanshin earthquake back in 1995, but the magnitude 8.4 is much bigger. A major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon, about an hour and a half ago. Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measured 8.4. Along with the tsunami warning, the tsunami has already hit several times. And you're seeing live coverage from our camera crew on a helicopter in Sendai. This is a look at the Sendai airport. Live coverage of Sendai Airport in Miyagi Prefecture. Tsunami has obviously swept right into the airport. You can barely see the takeoff platform of that airport. Otherwise, it's been completely flooded from the tsunami. You're seeing live coverage of the Miyagi Prefecture, the Sendai area, from NHK's camera crew on a helicopter, covering the situation and the depth of damage in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan. According to Japan Airlines in Tokyo, Haneda International Airport in Tokyo has reopened 3 of its 4 runways. It is allowing landings of planes which have been waiting above the airport. Japan Airlines says the airport might close all the runways again if further aftershocks occur. Narita Airport near Tokyo and Sendai Airport in northern Japan are still closed. Narita Airport near Tokyo and Sendai Airport in northern Japan are still closed. An NHK helicopter has captured images of an oil refinery, or capturing images of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture near Tokyo on fire. This is an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture, the prefecture right next to Tokyo. It's on fire. Black smoke, as you can see, it's billowing from the refinery. An NHK helicopter capturing images of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture near Tokyo on fire. Black smoke can be seen billowing from the refinery. We're back to live coverage from our helicopter in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, northern Japan. That looks like the Sendai airport almost completely flooded from several tsunamis that has hit the area. Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary Tetsuro Fukuyama told reporters on Friday that the governor of Miyagi Prefecture has asked the government to send self-defense force units to deal with the situation. Defense Ministry officials say SDF personnel are currently contacting local governments and related agencies to assess the extent of damage. You can see people evacuating on top of the buildings at Sendai area and Sendai Airport. They're obviously moving to higher ground as the tsunami has hit the area. They're moving to safer, higher grounds. You can see that people have been on the very highest top of the roofs of Sendai Airport. And there's a look at the control tower of Sendai Airport. People obviously evacuating to higher ground on top of the roof on Sendai Airport, where a large tsunami has engulfed a large area of the city. Obviously some fire in Chiba Prefecture of an oil refinery in Ichihara area. This is live coverage of an oil refinery where not just black smoke, but you can see an inferno, fire breaking out on an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture north of Tokyo. Chiba Prefecture lies right north of Tokyo, and you can see an inferno, fire breaking out, and large fire breaking out on an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture. Black smoke seen billowing from the refinery, and it looks like firefighters are having an almost impossible situation to be able to control that at this time. A large fire breaking out of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture. And that fire does not look like it's going to be going out anytime soon. Obviously, we are reporting this as we see things and as information starts coming into our newsroom. Things fluid, developing as we speak. Several fires have broken out in Tokyo as well. The fire department says fires have been reported in several places, including Ariake in central Tokyo. That is the area where has been reclaimed land along the coastal areas. Right now you're seeing fire breaking out at an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture in Ichihara area. Chiba, northeast of Tokyo. Our helicopters also at Miyagi Prefecture covering live the Sendai area where obviously a large tsunami has hit an area engulfing big parts of the city. The tsunami had moved upstream quickly. It's engulfed the area. You're seeing live footage from our helicopters up in Miyagi Prefecture in the Sendai area where a large tsunami has engulfed farmland, homes, cars. But we do not know the number of casualties at this time. A major earthquake hit Japan on Friday afternoon about an hour and 40 minutes ago. The magnitude was 8.4, one of the largest earthquakes ever to happen in Japan. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. That tsunami obviously engulfing Miyagi Prefecture, the Sendai area, a large amount of that area. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves are also recorded. We're going back to live pictures of downtown Tokyo in the Shibuya district. Looks like cars are moving along right outside of our NHK studios. We are seeing live footage of Tokyo. We're seeing more cars outside, and it looks like there could be a bit of a traffic jam we're seeing in downtown Shibuya area at this time. It looks like we're seeing a little bit more cars than usual during this time. The powerful earthquake has stopped the Shinkansen bullet train across the country and trains around the Tokyo area. East Japan Railway Company says that all Tohoku, Joetsu, and Nagano Shinkansen lines, that's all the northern lines, have been stopped. On the major Tokaido line, also all trains between Tokyo and Shin Osaka, that's to the southwest. All trains from Tokyo and Shin Osaka were stopped for security checks. Central Japan Railway Company later said part of the Tokaido line resumed operation. Now, the Tokyo Metro system also says all of its lines have been stopped and officials are checking for security. The chief of the earthquake...
今回の地震は非常に大きな地震でしたので、津波がの続く時間もかなり長くなると思われます。そういうことですので、避難を続けるようよろしくお願いします。それから注意報が出ている地域につきましては、海岸から離れて海の方に行かない、近づかないということでよろしくお願いします。それから強い揺れがあった地域につきましても、今後余震による強い揺れの可能性がありますので、その強い揺れに警戒してください。まだ非常に大きな地震でしたので、余震も大きな地震が起こる可能性がありますので、十分その揺れについても警戒してください。
You were just listening to the chief of the Earthquake Monitoring Department, Hirofumi Yokoyama, telling reporters in the press conference that the earthquake this time was extremely big, so the tsunami will last for a long time, and to please keep evacuating from the coastline in the case of a tsunami warning, and to stay away from the coastline. And look at that, what we see. Look at the Miyagi Prefecture at this time, a tsunami engulfing such a large part of the area. Homes being flooded along with farms in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai City. Major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon. With Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measured a magnitude 8.4, one of the largest to ever hit Japan. Agency issuing tsunami warnings due to situations like this, as you see. Our helicopters covering live in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan, in the Sendai area, where obviously a tsunami has engulfed a large and swept away a large part of the city. In other prefectures, including Iwate, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency warning that more tsunamis could reach between 6 and 10 meters. The agency warning that more tsunami could be reached to Japan. Japan's meteorological agency revising their earlier magnitude of the quake to 8.4 from 7.9, one of the largest to ever hit Japan.